Cell phones are the face of today's world. How would you feel if you lost your phone today? For the most part, people would say lost because our lives are on our phones. In this speech, I will be talking about how social media has a negative impact and how social media is currently being so abused. And the three topics that I will be talking about today is 1, how it can easily be addictive. 2, how it's affecting our teenagers and how they think. And 3, how it's leading to poor mental health conditions. Social media was created to stay connected with others, but sadly, it has been easily abused. People who are addicted to social media can experience what's called mental preoccupation. This is the same as when an alcoholic loses focus because they are thinking about their next drink. But with any addiction, people will go through withdrawals when they try to stop. According to Alice G. Walton in her article, 6 Ways Social Media Affects Our Mental Health on Forbes.com, study author Phil Reed said, "We have known for some time that people who are over-dependent on digital devices report feelings of anxiety when they are stopped from using them. But now we can see that these psychological effects are accompanied by actual physiological changes." Although experts are not certain that social media can be addictive, there are clearly so many studies showing that it can be an addiction just like smoking or drinking, just by abusing it. The next reason social media is having a negative impact is how it's affecting our teenagers and how they think. There's no question kids are missing out on very critical social skills, says Dr. Catherine Steiner Adair, a clinical psychologist and the author of The Big Disconnect. Teens are learning to communicate through social media rather than face-to-face conversations. They are also becoming depressed and anxious because of different posts on social media, leading them to believe that they are not good enough and thinking that they have a poor body image, which is not true. A survey was conducted from the Royal Society for Public Health, and they asked 14 to 24-year-olds how social media has affected their mental health. The results were increased feeling of depression, anxiety, poor body image, and loneliness, says Rachel Emk in her article, How Using Social Media Affects Teenagers on childmind.org. Since all teenagers have a phone, it is so easy to become depressed or anxious when spending hours upon hours on social media. This leads to my last point, how social media has a negative impact on our mental health. People are experiencing a fear of missing out. When they are not using social media, this is causing people to constantly check Facebook or Instagram or whatever they are using to make sure that they are seeing what others have posted, what's going on in the news today, because we all know it's going crazy. The idea that you might miss out on something if not online can affect your mental health, says Francis DeLumba in his article, Social Media, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on lifespan.org. The worst part about social media is cyberbullying. Since our world is revolved around technology, it is so much easier for people to bully each other behind a cell phone or computer screen. 43% of teens are being bullied online, and most of those kids are not telling an adult. So the bullying just never stops. The worst part about it is that it's leading to higher suicide rates. Suicide rates amongst 10 to 14-year-olds have grown more than 50% in the last 3 decades, according to the American Association of Suicidology, says Francis DeLumba. Social media is being introduced at such a young age, and kids can abuse it so easily because they don't know what they're doing. Cyberbullying is the most dangerous aspect in how social media has a negative impact. As sad as it is to say, most of us cannot go a day without looking at our phones, and technology has become a key component in our lives, such as school and even work. At the end of the day, too much social media use is prone to cause addiction and poor mental health. It has been a big effect on teenagers today because They were handed a tablet from day one to learn, and now their phones are the only way that they communicate, and they're losing the ability to speak to one another normally. So the next time you pick up your phone to scroll through social media, think about what you need, why you need it to make it a part of your day, and what you would lose by putting the phone away. Thank you.